Hello, it's Juliana here, and I want to talk about why modern Barbie dolls, especially the Playline ones, do not measure up to past ones. So, I grew up in like the early 2000s, so I'm sure most of the people on this channel know that I am indeed a young adult. So, when I was a kid, the Barbies that were around were like those Barbies from the classic movies and like the Disney princess dolls from that time. So that was mainly what I experienced with the Barbie line as a kid. That is how I think of Barbie. I think of her like in accordance with those princess dolls because I do remember having several as a kid that I no longer have, including Annalise from Barbie and Princess and the Pauper, the Swan Lake Barbie, like several other random Barbies and Kens. The the Barbie and the Diamond Castle dolls of 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 Alexa, Liana, Melody, and one of the Muses, and a Mariposa Barbie. And I remember the dolls me and my younger sister had as a kid, like the types of Disney princess dolls that were around then, back before they all had molded on tops. This one is an older one. I don't know what year this Belle doll came from, but she has click knee joints. And this dress is an older dress I had ever since I was a kid. So this is an older doll dress. I don't know where this dress is from or what year it's from, but I know I remember having it as a kid. And just look at the quality of this dress alone. You've got this amazing velvet material. You've got multiple layers of fabric and a tulle underskirt. It's this is a beautiful doll dress. And if Mattel or was capable of stuff like this back then, why can't they do this now? Why can't they make dresses like this anymore for their princess themed dolls? It's not right. And I know these two are kind of cheating because they're probably more collector dolls, but this one is the Barbie Princess of Ireland doll. I got her with two other collector Barbies from the line she was from. And I have all of them, but I just kind of want to use her as an example because she's my favorite. Okay, I guess I'll show the others real quick. And note that these dolls are thrifted. So I got them from a Goodwill of all places. But look at the quality on these Barbies. Look at the quality on these. How can you tell me that Barbie was not in her golden era when she made when these dolls were made? They're amazing. They're beautiful. Their faces are stunning. Their clothes are gorgeous. The clothing quality here is unspeakably good. And I want to emphasize this. Because if this is how collector Barbies used to be, why can't they be this good now? Why can't Mattel put this amount of effort into their clothes again? It's something that I've questioned lately. And also in the upcoming review for Barbie Looks number 20, which I did order off of Walmart.com when she does arrive, I will be judging her as a Black Label Barbie. I will be judging her for that because it's only fair. And I really want to show how much Barbie has improved in some areas and gone downhill in other areas. So I feel like as far as the fashionistas dolls go and the ones that are more playline, that were fashion based, they've gone downhill. Like, I know Down syndrome Barbie is a really, really big accomplishment. She's really beautiful, but the thing is, with these like modern fashionista dolls, they don't have the click knees anymore. So you literally cannot bend their knees. Like, you literally can't. And meanwhile, you've got like other Barbie releases. So I have the Toy Story Barbie from 2019 here to kind of show like the like type of articulation that is normally on dolls like Barbie Extra and all that. But yeah, she has articulation more like a Monster High doll from Gen 1, and that's really cool. That is definitely an improvement over the original Barbie articulation system. But then you have most of their fashionistas dolls who can't even bend their knees. Like, that is just pathetic to me. The fact that they cannot bend their knees, and just even the material on the clothing just isn't up to par, I feel like. It looks cheap, it feels cheap, it doesn't measure up to the clothing that Barbies wore in the past. So what happened? What happened to make Mattel lower the quality like this? Because it's concerning to me. And I know Mattel has attempted to make budgeted versions of some of their like movie dolls, but it's like, if they make any like dolls for the Barbie movies, they should either make them really good like they used to, like use better fabrics in their dresses and their gowns and all that. No molded on tops, no like painted on tights and all that stuff. Or they should make faithful reproductions of their movie dolls. I know. It would be a huge investment to make faithful reproductions of something like Barbie and the Princess and the Pauper. Like, those dolls. I feel like would be more expensive to make in today's economy, and that is unfortunate. But if they made reproductions of those, like they're doing the My Scene reproductions, people would buy them. The fandom for the Barbie movies is huge. People would buy those dolls like crazy. And if they made a Preminger doll, people would totally buy that. Because I know there are a lot of people who love to make memes with him, so there's definitely an audience for this. But other than the idea of Barbie making reproduction dolls, at least their diversity has improved over the years. Like you've got like Barbies of all different races nowadays if you look on the store shelves. And if you want to look at any Barbie lines as a predictor for where Barbie is, definitely look at any Barbie line themed around magic, fantasy, or princesses and see how much it has gone downhill in recent years. Like how Barbie Dreamtopia cannot measure up to past Barbie princess dolls. Or look at the modern Barbie fashionista dolls compared to the older ones. Because I know for a fact that the older ones had better clothes. Some of them had more articulation. And they were certainly like something that people felt like were actually worth it back then. Now it's like you've got these like cheap $10 or under like dolls, which is normally how much you can get them whenever that they go on sale and all that, with more limited articulation. And I know they really improved the diversity. I get it. But like other than the diversity being improved, there really isn't an improvement to this concept that Mattel has done. They made the clothing less interesting and just more boring. And they've used a lot of printed on fabrics, and it's just introduced flat feet, and their fashions are just boring. Like, they call this line fashionistas, but their clothing definitely needs work. It definitely could use a lot of improvement. And this is for the whole line. Like, the clothes either look dated or they look really uninteresting and unfashionable. And speaking of reproductions, MGA actually does really good reproductions of their Bratz dolls. And I know she's wearing Snapstar's clothes right now. And she's redressed, but this is my Bratz Tiana doll. She's a reproduction. And I just want to show how high quality these reproductions are. The two outfits that this doll comes with are really cool. The quality is definitely there, and it's very consistent with every Bratz review I have seen. Like, I have never seen a Bratz doll with bad clothing. Their clothing is always really good. And that's something I want to praise Bratz for having consistently good clothing quality. For always putting in an effort with that, because clearly Barbie isn't doing that. Like, I know they are fundamentally different doll lines, but Barbie, based on what I've seen growing up, based on how I witnessed it go downhill, Barbie can do better. Barbie can do so much better. And I'm sure you have a few great or better Barbie lines, like Barbie Extra or Barbie Looks or the Made to Move series, but beyond that, is it really worth it? Something that I have noticed with like one of the recent like mermaid Barbies is that a lot of people like her head mold because she has the Odile face mold. And so there are a lot of people getting this Barbie, putting her on like a made to move body. And it's like, if you have to buy 2 dolls just to get the doll that you really want, and you have to like do custom modifications like that, that is definitely concerning. Like, whenever I was a kid, I would never head swap my Barbies. I just kept them as is. I never really messed with them. But if you need to head swap them now, just to feel like they're good enough, that's concerning. That is just genuinely very concerning, in my opinion. And if anyone knows about the made to move Barbies, yeah, they sell out real fast because people want them for their bodies. When when I was a kid, I have never heard anyone even mention modifying a Barbie doll like that. I didn't even know people did that. And seeing that as such a common practice nowadays, yeah, I feel like Mattel definitely needs to work on their Barbie lines that don't sell as well. Like, I know there's the really, really good lines, like Barbie Looks line, but like next to that, you have all the lines that do not measure up. You have all the lines that people only love for their diversity and not really much else. And what I want to say here is Mattel, do better. Make Barbie dolls like you used to make them. Make them really beautiful and amazing again. And maybe people will respect them more. And people won't just use the more articulated ones as body donors. Well, that was my little rant. I hope you guys enjoy it and yeah, that's what I wanted to say here.